It's HydroxideAnt. I am joined by Ryan.
Hi.
Hi, and welcome to Backward Noise, episode 436. We also have a Pi in chat. So Pi had mentioned we were talking about like playing like beer league softball, beer league hockey, and Pi had told us about a wonderful thing called beer league kickball. But it was a beer in hand. If you didn't have a beer in hand, you're out. That's
the rule.
That sounds exactly what I want to hear. Oh, you know what? I can say, Pi also can hold a good conversation about sports, but it is more specialized for like her area of football, because she's a big Broncos fan.
Okay.
And it is fun to talk to Pi because Pi like acknowledges how bad Drew Lock is. So for anyone who's not a big sports guy, the Broncos, like I want to say like 4 years ago, drafted a quarterback called Drew Lock, and he just like he's gotten like 5 different opportunities to start, and he just fail it over and over. See, exactly, she gets it. But in the offseason that just happened, there was a trade between the Broncos and Seattle Seahawks, and the Broncos now have a top 5 quarterback in the league in Russell Wilson.
Oh, they got Russell Wilson? Really?
Yeah, Russell Wilson is now a Denver Bronco. Drew Lock is a Seattle Seahawk.
That's wild.
But realistically speaking, even if Russell Wilson takes a step back, I think he's still a top 5 quarterback in the league. Only people that I put above him: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, probably still Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is back-to-back MVPs, even though he's older. Tom Brady, maybe. Depends on what we get this year from Tom Brady, so, Ryan, I don't know how much you were paying attention to it, but Tom Brady did retire at one point this offseason.
He did.
He did unretire, but he did retire at one point, so I don't know how into it he's going to be.
Yeah.
But then Russell Wilson is in that next category of guys with him and a few young guys. Like, I would consider Russell Wilson, like, say, like, S tier. There's, like, we do that S tier, A tier, B tier.
Yeah, sure.
S tier is Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, probably. And then an A tier, I'd probably put Aaron Rodgers at A tier. And then, like, that's where you would put, like, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, and maybe guys like Joe Burrow. Who else is at that level? Yeah. He worked our shit at the Super Bowl a few years back, so I'm so excited what he'll do for us. Exactly. Yeah, so Pi, unfortunately, as a Broncos fan, has the distinct memory of the Broncos just destroying them. Sorry, the Seahawks destroying the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was, like, a good, like, stretch of time in, like, I'm gonna say the early 2010s where the Seattle Seahawks defense was the best defense.
Ridiculous.
It was...
They were so good.
They were called the Legion of Boom.
Yeah,
That's such a cool nickname.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about sports, you're like, their defense... Actually, their secondary is called the Legion of Boom. You'd be like, they're gonna win, aren't they? Our secondary doesn't have a cool nickname like that. You know? Like, what? They earned that, probably. They probably didn't just start calling themselves that. It caught on. And then on the Tom Brady retirement, Pi said, I'm retired for 2 months, and now I'm back. It was literally maybe 2 months. Yeah.
I'd like to think that they wouldn't give him, like, the time off for, like, a vacation or some shit.
So he's
and,
like, I'm done.
He just, like, fuck it, I'm done. And then he came back, he's like, I'm bored.
There have been some crazy rumors, like, about Tom Brady that, like, so within playing again this year, there were rumors that I don't think have ever been, like, specifically confirmed, but, like, it was like a wink, it happened. Apparently the Dolphins, like, offered Tom Brady part ownership in the team.
Fuck. Really?
And, like, so he would, like, have say over, like, personnel and stuff, too. To be the quarterback, it could be quarterback and owner for them.
I feel like that's a conflict of interest, though.
Oh, it so is, but, like, they are gonna give it to him. Like, so theoretically, though, there's nothing stopping you, I don't think, from being the owner and a player. The only conflict of interest is like the player versus owner meetings, because where the hell would you be on the owner versus like players association meetings? Because they're the ones that argue over like how much TV revenue to split and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, like, he could build a team himself, and if he's wrong, he's like, all right, you're wrong. This is all on you.
Yeah, at that point, right? And he knows who he plays well with. He just starts making offers for millions.
He just
dollars.
gets Gronkowski again, like.
Oh God.
Gronk would follow Tom Brady anywhere. If Tom Brady decided to go play in the Canadian Football League, Gronk would follow. Gronk only will play for Tom Brady. Like he followed him.
Peak performances.
Yeah, I mean, like if you were known as possibly the greatest tight end ever with him as someone as your quarterback, I think I'd stick with that quarterback too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? Like it's like it's. So before our podcast, we were talking about some deep cuts, and like two names that are like deep cuts for me were like. Maybe not that deep of cut, but like I remember the New York catchers for the longest time were Mike Piazza and Jorge Posada.
Oh yeah.
God,
I saw
miss
Piazza
those days.
in San Diego when he played the Mets for the first time since he left the Mets.
Was San Diego the team he went to the Mets after
he
the Mets?
Went right after he had left the Mets. He went to the Padres.
Oh, okay.
And he, I guess, like just the nature of playing on the West Coast versus East Coast is that you just very rarely play against East Coast teams. I mean, it happens, but it's certainly rare. And we happened to be in San Diego at the time because we were visiting family in Arizona. So my dad, it didn't happen. My dad did plan this as part of the trip. And then maybe a couple months later, we also saw him play against the Mets when he came back for the first time. And at the time, it was still Shea Stadium.
Yeah, I was going to ask, was that Shea Stadium still?
Yes, and I miss Shea. I like Citi Field, but Shea was just,
I mean, like, so I miss the old Yankee Stadium too. Like, I really liked it.
Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think you did, because I think I would feel like you would have at least once.
Yeah, like, I mean, just because I'm a Mets fan doesn't mean I won't go to a Yankees game.
But also, the Subway Series has been a thing for a very long time.
Very true.
If you're a Mets fan and they happen to be the away team, the Yankees are not that far apart distance-wise. Like, so
however, the price of those tickets certainly are.
That's true.
Oh,
baseball is the one sport I think I've really been to professional games of. I've been to Yankee and Met games, and one Oriole game. But they were playing the Yankees.
How'd that happen? Oh.
So my grandmother, for each grandchild, once they graduate high school, gives them a getaway for a weekend, basically. But getaway, but something reasonable. So
yeah, what type of reason?
My cousin and I, my cousin's a year older, but didn't go anywhere that year, we decided we wanted to go to Baltimore, Maryland. Cool. And one of the big things for me, I'm like, could we go during baseball season? And could we try to find a time where the Yankees are playing the Orioles so we can go? And we did. And the Yankees won. I remember there was a longtime Orioles player. I can't remember if he was a second baseman or a shortstop, named Brian Roberts. And Brian Roberts was on the Yankees now because, the Orioles let him go after so long. Or maybe he walked, one of the two. And he hit a grand slam to put the Yankees, up in, the 8th or 9th inning. And the Yankees won definitely off of that. And
wow,
it's what a feeling that must be to, say, go to the team that you are no longer with and hit a grand slam there. That's gonna be cool, right?
Yeah, that's an experience right there.
Yeah, I was so hyped.
I mean, how could you not be? Right?
Oh, How could I not be? I was surrounded by Oriole fans.
Oh, okay. Not like Philly fans.
No, I
Get
know.
your ass beat, but, like,
I got
Baltimore
very
is
excited.
somewhat
I actually
smashable.
bought. So this is really funny. I bought a Orioles hat to wear to the game, but I also brought my Yankees hat. So like during the game, swapped, but then as we were leaving, swapped back to the Orioles hat.
Yeah,
just
I'm not to get jumped in Baltimore. And let me step.
Dude, you just gotta be a big brain when it comes to sports teams. So like, if I ever go to like a Philadelphia-based sports team, putting the gear on,
Dude,
I will wear it, and then like once they're like, say if it was a Giants versus Eagles game, I will wear the Eagles jersey, but underneath is a Giants jersey.
My sister, my dad, and I, we all went to a Rangers versus Flyers game, right? In Philadelphia, wearing all Rangers gear. Not a great idea. My sister and I were pretty young then. Like,
I was gonna say, I don't think they're gonna fuck with the kids. Probably
no,
not.
no. My sister was like 8, and the person behind her wanted to legitimately fucking fight her. Flyers fans, if I was a little bit older, like teenage years, still like actually playing hockey, I would have beat the living shit out of that guy. But like, my dad's like, okay, I have to take care of our 2 kids, so he just like moved us to a different section that didn't have a lot of people sitting in it, and just he's like, yeah, never again. I'm like, yeah, Dad. Like, looking back at it now, I'm like, why the fuck were we wearing Rangers gear in Philadelphia? That's not smart.
You just wear, like, if you don't want to wear the other team's gear, you just wear plain clothes.
Yep.
And no one has to know.
Go to a game.
Yeah, I just went to a game today and was just wearing my normal clothes.
I mean, I'll wear a Rangers jersey to a Devils game and fuck with the Devils fans all the time.
It's fun.
It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And they do it right back, but...
Yeah, of course. There's a difference between friendly banter and, like... Because a lot of times when you're going to, like... so there's certain rivalries that, like... You know, like... A lot of cross-town or cross-state ones that, like... The most you're gonna get is friendly, like, oh, you suck! No, you suck! But I had a Yankees game, Mets-Yankees game. I did see there were like 4 fights that broke out.
I don't know what it is, but like the Mets versus Brave games are nasty, man. And obviously that's not like
to fight.
I don't know why, but like they're obviously not cross like state or cross like city.
They're
for some
they're
reason,
division.
Yeah, they're division, so it makes sense.
At
but,
least.
Like, it's ridiculous. I was in, and it very much depends on where you sit too.
Sorry.
Like, my family tends to sit in the nosebleeds because one, we like to see the whole game, and for the most part, we can see and enjoy everything.
Yeah.
But that's also where everyone else goes, and that's also where a lot of the fights happen too.
Well, yeah, because they're like, I came here to fight. I said my ticket to fight.
Yeah. Would you like fighting or non-fighting? Fighting. All right.
Fighting, please.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? Were you ever much of a South Park person?
Not really.
Okay, so there's an episode of South Park where it's like Little League baseball, and like the South Park team is in the Little League World Series, and it was a thing where Randy would go. Randy is one of the characters' dads.
Yeah, I know Randy. Yeah.
And he would go and fight like opposing dads from the other teams, and like it was kind of being built up like Rocky or something, where like it's like, oh, you can't fight, you're too hard. It's like, no, I have to go. I have to do it, Karen. And he would go and fight all the other dads.
Fucking great.
It's just, and like they wouldn't let the kid. And like the one thing also is that none of the kids wanted to play, so all the kids were trying to throw the games, but like the other team against South Park would always throw harder.
Yeah.
So the South Park like team made it all the way, and like they're like, we don't want to win. We really don't want to.
I've told you what happened with those fights. My dad almost jumped a guy from like a literal second floor.
It's true. That's why like I'm like, no, that it's based off of some sort of reality for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's always fights at like Little League games now. It's a little ridiculous. It's a fucking sport.
I think, like, I know this is gonna be fucked, but I think it's the Generation 2. Because,
Yeah.
like, I think, like, our generation is just more ready. Alright, we're gonna fight right now.
All right.
At
Throw on
times,
hands.
sometimes. Yeah, it's like, we're not talking anymore.
No. Fists have clearly not worked, therefore...
Well,
fists
maybe that
the
isn't a
only
generational thing, because now that I think of it, I'm thinking of the older generations of my family, and I can, like, check mark people that would have done that too. So maybe it is just
I think it's more well documented now.
Yeah, well, because
That
we
might
have
be
social
it, you know?
media and phones that can videotape everything.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want to name people, but I know certain family members that have been in a lot of fights. Like, and they would have been on YouTube so many times, but if that was a thing,
World
then
Star.
yeah, or World Star, any of that, like they would, you know what I mean? Because it's just like I would have made it like 1,000 times over. And Pi did say at one point, "I'll be back in a bit. I'll hop in if you guys are still in TS." So it just depends on when. Because if it's tomorrow at this time, I doubt I'll be right here still.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I don't know. Because I unfortunately am the weekend shift.
And yeah, I saw that last night because I was going to invite you to golf with friends. We were playing.
I was gone already. Yeah, I think I was already in bed, or
We
think I was
playing
leaving
just
to
as your
bed.
stream was ending. Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
sorry. Yeah, I was wrapping up. Was playing a little bit of Smash.
Yeah, I saw. I was
fun.
like, if I was not playing golf, I would have.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, I saw that you said golf with friends. I'm like, okay, well, I won't say. Join us instead, because you know.
I actually finally got a USB to Ethernet for my Switch, so I'm actually gonna have like good internet.
Nice.
Wild concept.
Yeah, I was on Wi-Fi the entire time during it, and we only had like one time where, like, it actually got laggy.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so
Considering where they are, like
it's California. To
yeah, like that's pretty
literal
good, actually.
west to east coast. So
Yeah. All those underwater cables.
Underwater sea cables. Yeah.
Yeah, helping out.
They're helping some homies out, you know. The homie-rific, we call it.
Damn straight.
But so I'm not 100% sure I've ever actually, like, 100% on the podcast stated my sports allegiances before.
Oh, really? After all these episodes?
Yeah, because we've talked. Well, I think like it's probably come up, like,
Probably, yeah.
but I haven't like specifically said this team, this team, this team, this team.
Yeah.
So, and Marlon grabbed first. Pi was in here, didn't grab first.
Damn.
Wow, Pi. Can't believe that she did that.
I mean, I was here too and I didn't fucking do it, so, I mean...
It'd be weird to... I wonder if I can redeem first.
We should see one time.
Hmm.
It'd be funny, someone comes in, yes, I got first! What do you mean?
I redeemed it, yeah.
I'm the first viewer, the stream just started.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I've never thought about it until right now. Marlon
Or you
seems
could just
very
make an
proud
alt
to
account
be.
with an, and, like, a mischievous face, and that's it.
You know, while we're on sports talk, I swear I'll get to my teams. I'm not dodging that question. Marlon and I have had actually a few good conversations on boxing before.
Oh, boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot his family likes boxing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big boxing family. They're just a bunch of boxes.
I actually thought about recently, like, as a way to lose weight, and I've also always
Boxing,
wanted to do it,
yeah.
joining a boxing gym.
I would
getting a
love to.
trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, again, because Ryan and I are both people that. Well, currently, we're not actively playing sports. We would fucking love to be playing. I'd love to be playing 5 different sports actively right now if I could be. I'd play pretty much anything just because I just like. That's why I play so much. I played so much Counter-Strike and then now Valorant. Is because I need that competitive, itch scratch, and that like sports used to scratch for me all the time. Like, and I don't have it right now.
Dude, we should play basketball the next time.
I would love
I'd be so down for
to.
that.
I love basketball. So
I'm
basketball
shit at
is.
basketball, but I like it.
I'm white, but I'm good at shooting.
Yeah, well, see, you actually can shoot. I fucking can't.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like in basketball, like at my height, and being white as hell, if you can't shoot, you're done. You got nothing.
Yeah.
You have to because you're not going to be the tallest person out there. And when I'm saying that, like, I'm 5'11", so I'm not short, but I'm not tall.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who like basketball are tall.
Pretty fucking tall, yeah.
Pretty tall. Yeah.
Problematic to deal with.
Yeah, so you have to be able to shoot because you're not getting close to the rim. But, so I think, like, Ryan, maybe you and I go back and forth. I don't think out of any of the major sports we share a team.
No, I don't think we do.
No, I think we're literally the rival team for all of them.
For the most part. Unless, I don't
maybe
know what
basketball.
you consider soccer. I mean, no, I'm maybe. Actually, wait, you're a Knicks fan, right?
Nope, I'm a Nets fan. So, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so for baseball, I'm Yankees.
Do you want me to say mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, and I'm Mets.
Let's see. Football, I'm Giants.
And I'm Jets, sadly.
Yeah, so literally, I think we're the, we were just talking about it, but hockey, I'm Devils.
And I'm Rangers.
So, and then basketball, we just said that, I'm Nets and you're Knicks.
Yeah.
Soccer, maybe soccer, because...
There's only really one team that's close.
Yeah, because the Red Bulls, right? Like, it's... Yeah.
You can be a heathen and decide to like the New York City Football Club, but that's just wrong.
No, yeah, it's...
Who the fuck plays on a fucking baseball field and calls that regulation play? I don't know if you've ever seen them play on it, but I shit you not, they can, like... And not even a goalie. They can straight kick it from one end of the field to the other. It's terrible.
They're... I want to say, I forget, I think it was called, like, Candlelight Park, or something. It was where, like, the 49ers played, but also the San Francisco Giants played there, and they would also have soccer matches there, all, like, in the same field. So, like, I'm like, I don't know how you kept that up. Because I think, I want to say that was the old 49ers, and, like, Giants Stadium. When I say Giants, I do mean the baseball Giants. Yeah. 49ers Stadium. Let's do history. Okay. Yeah, they were Candlestick Park. I was right in the name, at least. They are not there anymore, I know. Levi's Stadium, apparently, in 2014. I get why I got that reference.
Yeah. Without doxing myself.
Yeah. That's as good as we can get with saying that. Yeah, okay. Because they went cool. I assume Levi jeans.
Yeah,
I don't know whatever.
Probably. Unless there's like
a different company called Levi.
There were actually, I mean, Levi is a common, or was a common name, so maybe it was like someone of the city that was like a famous, or maybe they ran a foundation.
Okay.
That's possible.
Yeah, it's the overarching company that owns Levi jeans.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, like, going back to the soccer thing, you don't actively watch soccer. I mean, neither do I really anymore.
No, I'm really like what I'd call like a World Cup soccer watcher.
Sure. I mean, most people are, in the States at the very least.
Yeah. I like, the most I watch soccer during non-World Cup times is if I'm at like a bar or something and it's on. Because if any type of sports are on, I'm there, I watch.
I mean, like, when we went out to dinner the other day, I was just fixated on the Rangers.
I was watching, like, 5 different games at the same time for my seat. It was great.
Yeah.
That's why I like places like a Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm pretty sure that's, like, a state, world, like a, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's, like, across the country.
And if not, whatever. If you guess which one we
said our favorite teams are in the tri-state area. I think they know.
Yeah. Most likely, we've narrowed it down a lot for you. So, like, there have been people on the podcast, I'm not going to call out anyone, who have mentioned, like, the high school and stuff we went to, even though I have tried saying don't, but it's okay, right? I mean, if someone wants to come and moiterize me, that's okay.
Finally. Took you long enough.
Yeah, that's really that's all my official take on it, is... you had to wait this long?
Yeah, like, come on.
couldn't
Couldn't have done
happen
this
like
any
5
sooner.
years ago. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I'm an adult now. I pay adult taxes. This sucks. Like, just end it already. Christ.
Yeah. Come on, do it.
I don't want to. No more.
Yeah, so Ryan and I are mostly rival sports fandoms.
Yeah. Which is funny because it, like, for a lot of people that would affect their relationship. For us,
No.
it's not like a major part of like our personalities. We enjoy them, but
That's the thing,
majority
too.
of the people we surround ourselves with are not sports fans.
Yeah, but I'm also like, so for me at least, and I don't know if it's this way with you. If this is my thing. Yankees don't win, I want the Mets to win. If the Giants don't win, I want the Jets to win. I like the teams in this area. I don't hold resentment for the other teams, which I know is not a
general
consensus, but that's just me. I like say Nets lose, Knicks win, like Devils lose. Like right now, I want the Rangers to win because they're the other team around here.
Yeah, I love that we're forgetting the Islanders right now.
Who?
But like most people do.
I'm sorry, what team is that? I've never heard of them before. No, my cousin is actually an Islanders fan.
I actually really
which I always wondered why.
How'd that happen? Were they dropped at birth, or
Yeah, like how did you get there? Like, how did you decide this one? Because like, I don't know.
There's so many better options. No, actually, like what, 3 years ago, the Islanders were dominating for a while. They were playing pretty well.
That was when they talked about it the most. So, either it's like the type of thing where they actually are an Islanders fan and only spoke up when they were good, or that they were like a bandwagon.
That's fair.
Fan.
Actually, I do want to make a pilgrimage up to their stadium. I've never been. And I hear it's a really nice. Their old one, because they have a new one
never
now.
been to a professional hockey game, and I would love to be. I would want to go.
The Rock, man. The Rock is so cheap for tickets.
I would love to go.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when the regular season comes back.
100%.
I should take you to a Red Bulls game.
That
Red Bulls
also, I've never been.
cheaper.
Yeah, I've never been to a professional soccer game either.
Yeah, well, and the regular season started now, so like there are games pretty often.
I'm doing eyebrows right now, but you can't tell.
Yeah, I mean, like tickets and this was a couple of years ago. Like, you could get tickets in the nosebleeds for like $30.
That's not bad
for a professional game.
Yeah,
in an amazing stadium.
Yeah,
and like it's a European style stadium. I don't know if you're familiar with like European stadium design. It tends to be smaller, but it's so low to the ground. It's so easy to see everything.
Getting low.
It's such a good experience, and there's amazing food in the area.
Okay. So do you not get the sensation of if I like lean forward, I'm gonna fall all the way down?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Like not in the slightest. Like
because I've been in nosebleeds where it's like you look down and you just kind of like. You like lean back further in your seat because like, you just
degrees further and
I'm
rolling.
Yeah, it's like if I get too excited and like get up, I'm going down.
Dude, I've seen that. I don't remember what stadium I was at, but I was at it might have been at Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium. I was the Yankee Stadium. I think the old Yankee Stadium. I felt that in really bad.
But I saw a guy slip. He slipped on the stairs going down. He either grabbed on or someone grabbed him before he's just making it all the way to the edge. Because, oh boy, that's fucking horrifying.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I hate it too.
Really hate that for them.
Luckily, my dad is not a masochist in the sense that he puts us like at the upper echelon of the fucking nosebleed team. At least puts us in the middle somewhere.
Yeah,
so we don't feel the breeze and the possibility of falling backwards.
Yeah. Oh, Marlon, I gotta go, but I'll see you wonderful people later. Bye. Catch your Marlon.
Nicole in the background, because I took Nicole to her first game a couple years ago with some friends of ours. Oh, was that the Bruce? Well, okay. Sorry, we went to go see Bruce Springsteen.
You're at the same stadium, though, probably, right?
Different stadium, actually.
Yeah. Oh, different stadium.
Meadowlands versus Citi Field. But, like, you know what the Meadowlands is like. You've been there, right? Have you been to the Meadowlands at all?
Yes. I want to say yes.
Well, Meadowlands, yeah. I actually the Meadowlands is where I maybe saw someone slip. If I were, regardless, it is steep in the Meadowlands. Like they have 3 or 4 layers of seats, so they have a lot of seats in there. But like that thing can fit. I don't know what the capacity is, but it's actually I want to know.
There's a bunch of sardines. Pack them in. What? Pack them all in.
Let's see. They can fit 82,000 in that.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, and you can imagine how many like layers of steps and like.
And did you say it was a concert?
Yeah, we went to go see Bruce.
Oh, so they were like seats on the field too.
Yeah, like they had people down on the field, but when it's a Bruce concert where we are, it's sold out.
It's gonna be
And we were in the nosebleeds, and Nicole's like, I didn't get up if I didn't have to. Because that was horrifying. She said she had to use the bathroom so badly, but she wasn't taking that risk.
Smart.
Because, I mean, when we went, it was dark. So she's like, I might trip. And you know, that's reasonable. Especially how thin those walkways are, too.
Also, even if you want to use the bathroom, you have to commit to like a 2-hour wait.
Especially for a woman in a stadium, it's terrible.
The one thing about the men's line is it's long, but it does go fast because everyone's just peeing.
Yeah, you gotta go. Like, if a favorite song is being played, like everyone loves it, you go. You're like, yeah, I'll take that L. I'll take that L for this W.
That's why, like, like for any baseball games I go to, I would wait till the home team was up at bat, and that's when you go, because everyone wants to see like the Yankees bat more than they want to see like the pitcher from the stands. Sure, not that you're not there for the pitcher too, but like it's just like or you go in like the 3rd inning and get stuff, and you're not getting up again.
I don't know what goes through people's heads when they were like, you know what? It's the 7th inning stretch. That's when I should go get food. It's like, dumbass. Literally everyone is doing that at the same time.
It's also like so late in the game too. Like there's so little game left. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know that like there is like still a game left, but it's like so if you went to 7th inning to go, did you just sit there the entire time with nothing?
Yeah.
Because half the fun about going to live sports is the food and alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, when it's reasonably priced.
The food and sometimes water or soda. Also when it's reasonably priced, actually. Yeah, but like I honestly like take the L though. Like I get a nice soda or something and like a little bit of food because
I'll grab a beer and like a hot dog.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I get a hot dog.
Like that's just classic baseball food. I can't just.
Do you think that's not Steve up there?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
So you think it is Steve, or you think it's not Steve?
You know what? My head hurts.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go take it. Ibuprofen and go lay down.
Okay, because I saw Not Steve for a second, but I don't know where Not Steve went. Not Steve's gone now.
Oh, well, apparently
it's completely out of TeamSpeak.
He wasn't AFK for all of like 5 seconds. And
Not Steve went to the Valorant stream channel. And then I thought it was Henry, to be honest, and I was going to yoink him. But
I don't know. That would be a Henry thing for to do, but normally he stays and jumps in. So I don't know.
So maybe it wasn't Henry. Maybe it was someone. Maybe it wasn't Steve.
I mean, both of us could look in the logs and see the IP.
Oh right, yeah. True. Cracks knuckles. It
Hacker
was
man time.
We have your IP. It's like when someone posts something very rude on Twitter and someone responds with their IP and they immediately apologize.
No, sorry.
That's like I need to be better. I'm sorry.
I've taken a second to reflect upon my previous actions. I would like to retract my previous statement.
Yeah. Exactly.
Actually, speaking of like sports and whatnot, Steve and I were talking about going to a minor league game.
Like baseball?
Yes.
Is it the one? Okay.
Not the one that they're thinking of that's close by to where you are.
So the other one.
Well, there's one literally like 5 minutes from me. Like literally at where I went to school. They have their own.
Because I only am aware of 2 in New Jersey, but I might be mistaken.
Hold on, I'll send you a message. They're like double A, I think, so they're not like.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, wake up.
I just sent you a message with it. You might not know them.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
oh, wait a second. Is that hockey?
No, that's
a baseball?
Yeah, it's a baseball team. It's like a double A team.
I'm not familiar with them.
Their stadium is literally on the, where I went to school.
Well, okay. Yeah, they're real.
Yeah. And they also...
I wonder, who are they affiliated with?
I can't recall. I feel like it's a team that doesn't make any sense for the area.
That happens a lot, unfortunately. Oh wow, it really is close to you, huh?
Yeah,
I just saw
there.
the where it's located, and I'm like, okay, that is right there. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely, I would go.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll talk to Steve about that.
It could be the Yankees.
Do you think so?
They have a tribute to Yogi Berra on their website with
Well,
a Yankees hat, but I don't know for a fact.
There is a Yogi Berra stadium over there that was actually robbed. When I think there was like a gala going on for Yogi Berra, and they weren't there. Ironically enough, they were somewhere else, and they knew everything about it, and they were able to like yoink some crazy valuable stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to tell you off the stream because I'm
Yeah.
gonna dox myself even further. But yeah, it was wild. Yeah, I mean, as much as I'd like to go to the one that we're both thinking of, it's a bit of a drive for me nowadays.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's closer to here than it is there.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're affiliated with.
Let me see.
It might be no one.
Maybe. I mean, maybe they're just kind of like an intermediary team.
Because what I'm getting every time I look it up is that they're part of a certain league. And I think that they might not technically be a minor league baseball team.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Because apparently this league the league is a professional independent baseball league.
Oh.
With the teams in the Yeah, I'm not... Okay.
Yeah.
Formed in 1993. It's the... Okay. It is the oldest currently running independent league in the United States.
That's cool.
So then they are technically an independent professional league.
Huh. I didn't know that. That was never, like... I mean, when I would go to the games, I went to, like, 2, I think. And then the entirety of me being around there. I never really considered, like, who they were affiliated with. I'm like, oh, they're probably affiliated with, like, some major league team somewhere. But
yeah,
I guess this is just more of, like, a scouting potential for those professionals.
Yeah, so, like, on their wiki and stuff, they actually have, like, a section of, like, what contracts have been sold to MLB teams.
Oh, really?
So it's definitely an independent league, because if it were a minor league team, it would be call-ups, not selling a contract.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the team we're thinking about is the Phillies.
Yeah, Phillies.
And the other one in New Jersey has swapped a few times, I think.
Oh, wait, out in Trenton, right?
Yes.
Who
Okay,
are
no,
they?
they're the Yankees. Okay.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. Why did I think at one point they weren't the Yankees?
I feel like they changed ownership a couple times, and maybe that's what you're thinking of. I'm not sure. I know the Mets team is, like, in Florida. Their minor league team. My dad has gone to a couple of those games. I'm pretty sure. Well, they have...
Oh, actually, I think they're not with the Yankees anymore.
Really? Well, I mean, it's not like these teams only have one minor league team that they work with, right? Like, I'm looking at this, the Mets have 4.
Yeah, so usually speaking, if I remember correctly, you can have one AAA team, one double A team, and like 2 single A teams.
Oh.
Okay. The one that we were thinking of is a single A team.
Yeah.
But the Thunder are a double A team.
Oh, that's what their name was. I couldn't remember who they were. Yeah.
It's okay. They're sports teams, right? Just the Trenton Thunder.
Yeah, definitely.
But if, for example, speaking of things not making sense, the Trenton Thunder, who stopped being an affiliate... Okay, yeah, they are listed as unaffiliated now. So they are not affiliated with the team, but they still apparently have like some sort of working relationship with the
Yankees.
The MLB. The MLB in general, not the Yankees anymore.
I wonder if there's like some sort of cost associated with that, or like being affiliated to a team that goes down to the minor league teams and it costs them money, and if it's not like a profitable thing for them, maybe they drop affiliation until they find someone willing to front additional cash or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because the big thing about this apparently was that like the Yankees thought that the Thunder weren't doing a good job.
Oh, okay.
But in the Thunder's history, from 1980 to 1985, I could guess the MLB team, and it would take you double-digit guesses to get either the first 2. I almost guarantee it.
Like, so, what they used to be affiliated with?
Yeah, with what professional team the first 2 teams the Thunder was affiliated with. I think the first one you might get after like the 10th guess, and the second one you probably would never get. It could take you a very long time. No.
Who would be... Okay, are they on the same coast, or are we talking like out west here?
I will say that it doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay.
Which is a big hint, too. So... But I didn't say doesn't make sense. You probably would guess a lot of teams along like this area.
I was gonna say, like, there's a lot. Just tell me. I kind of want to know.
So the first team from 1980 to 1985, the Trenton Thunder, were the affiliate of the Chicago White Sox.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah. 1986 to 1994, the Detroit Tigers. And then 95 to 2002, the Red Sox. Which that one you might have been able to get eventually.
Yeah, that one eventually. Those first 2, wow.
That's what I'm saying. What?
Whoa! All right,
I'm curious for the other team that's in our area, because I know they're still with the Phillies. Like
I've only
maybe they're
not
not
the Phillies. But
they've been the Phillies our entire lives, I think. Oh yeah, they've only ever been affiliated with the Phillies since 2001.
Wait, they changed their name.
Yeah.
What?
That next word wasn't in there.
What? That's new. What? That's all.
The middle word was not there before. I swear.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's interesting.
Right? Okay, yeah, they definitely did. Oh no, wait, yeah, the first 2 words weren't.
Yeah, no, those first, no, that's new. That's
when did they change that?
I don't know.
What? Because, hey, Disbolia, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on into the HydroxideAnt farm. We are talking about random nonsense right now. When did they change it?
2020.
2020. Well, I haven't. Well, that makes sense. I haven't been to one of their games in a long time. Yeah.
I guess they needed something in COVID to make them relevant again.
Yeah.
Not to say like I mean they have a pretty high standing amongst the towns around them for like a quality game you go to with relatively reasonable prices for food and drinks. True. I mean, like if I had to pick between a Major League Baseball game and a minor league, I'd probably pick minor league over major. Just because it's
they're a lot more fun too.
So much fun, yeah.
Yeah, because like they do a bunch of like cool little things in between. Like they also partner with like local schools and stuff. Because like I once got like I think like most improved student or something something like that, and I got to go to this place, and like you actually got to walk in the field and they said your name in front of everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I was a camp counselor for the summer. We used to go, and we would take the kids, and we would go out in the back, like where they have all the lawn seating, and we'd just go sit there and enjoy the game.
Wait,
And
you would take the kids for the weekend?
yeah, it was a joint custody eventually.
Yeah, from the other camp counselors.
Yeah, the first year that was hell because I
You
had
guys
no
are
idea what I
married.
was doing.
So, to take a jump, I actually do have a question of the week, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
And we can get back to other talk after.
Yeah, sure.
If you, and maybe just to put in your head to think about, and anyone in chat more than welcome to answer this question as well, if you could have played any role in a movie or TV show throughout history, what would it be?
That's a tough question.
So,
I think I actually have an answer for that.
Go for it. If you have it.
I am a huge Trekkie to the point where I've watched, and by huge Trekkie I mean more of the visual representation of Star Trek rather than the books or any of the deep lore, and even the games. I've never really played them, but I love watching them. And Deep Space Nine is my favorite all-time Star Trek. I don't think I'd want to be a main character in it. I feel like I would like to be a character. Like, there's a character in the show. His name is Morn. He exists purely for, it's not even comedic effect. He literally doesn't speak, but everyone interacts and talks with him like he does.
I love that.
Like, there are stories like Morn's mother is complaining about the fact that he's not seeing her for her birthday in the middle of a fucking war, or the fact that like Morn has like 17 or 19 siblings or whatever like that. He never talks, no facial expression except for like closing his eyes, and all he is at the bar. I would love to be Morn.
That'd be great. That's
That'd be awesome because like I love all of the major characters, but then I don't think I would be a good replacement for any of them.
Yeah, that's the
like
thing.
Being a minor character in the background who exists for the most part, I think that would work perfectly.
Like for me, I would have loved to be a random no-face person who interacts on set, like on screen, like twice in like Firefly.
Oh, okay. I should have. Yeah, I could see that with Firefly.
Just because, like, also the thing is too, it's like, there is always a temptation to like pick like your favorite character from something. Yeah. But also it's like, yeah, but that was good because of the actor that played it, not because I could do it. I don't have what we call the actor capabilities.
I feel like in a show like that, it's a little bit harder too, because like you have such a tight knit and close cast that like trying to force yourself into that and play that role the way you know it is going to be difficult if it doesn't match your personality. Yeah. But like the other show I was thinking of as an alternative to Star Trek is Stargate SG-1. If you've ever seen that. It's essentially just like an alternate universe Earth where we find portals that were like the pyramids are literally spaceships, and there's a reason behind it because there's a whole like parasitic race of beings that used humans as hosts. It's a lot more involved with that, but the Stargate is controlled by the Air Force, and the Air Force sends in teams. So I'd just be one of the members of a different team, not SG-1, which is like the famous popular one. I'd go like SG-17 or something. So I could still be involved. I just wouldn't be the headliner.
I have a answer for a movie.
Ooh, a movie. Okay.
So did you ever see Thor Ragnarok?
Sure.
I would love to be Meek.
Yeah, that's fair.
Meek doesn't talk.
That's a good shout.
Meek is just there. So like that is the character that I would go with, because it's just like, all right, yeah. I'll be Meek.
What movie would I love to be in? I mean, okay, I know, Airplane. I'd love to be just one of the passengers.
Just one of the passengers in the airplane. Yeah, that'd be great. Just to see, just to be there while all that's happening.
Chaos, yeah. That or Caddyshack, like being.
Caddyshack's a great shout too.
You're like one of those two where it's like, yeah, the main characters are developed, but they exist in like in a group setting where, like, yeah, I mean, I'd be around, I'd hear the shenanigans, and that would be sufficient enough for me.
Like, I almost want to, like, look at movies and, like, pick something that, like, you get, like, 2 lines, you know, where, like, the most you could do is, like, cut your lines, because they're bad. So, like, I think of, like, any, like, movie franchise that, like, I kind of picked Marvel, too, because, like, I really like the Marvel movies. So, like, it would be fun to pick, like, a character gets, like, 2 lines, and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah, just like a sort of like, I don't know, thinking.
Oh my god,
like,
Captain, you need to see this, and then that's it.
Yeah. Just someone like who's, oh, look at that, they got screen time, and then all of a sudden it just like.
And you
I can't
forget
remember
about them
his name, but there's a fairly prominent actor who had a minor role in one of the Star Trek movies, and now he's actually a pretty famous actor.
That's cool.
I'll have to find him later because it was weird to see him. He was in Band of Brothers. Now I think about it. So it's pretty prominent. He was one of the sergeants. I don't know if you've ever watched Band of Brothers.
No, I've not.
I do recommend that. That's one of the best TV shows.
Brothers, like the one that, like, feels like it's like Son of Anarchy's related.
No, Band of Brothers is about the 101st Airborne Infantry during the invasion of Europe.
There is like another motorcycle show that looks like Son of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And I just don't remember. Oh, I think it might just be called the Mayans, which isn't even fucking close.
The Mayans.
Yeah. That's not even close. Yeah.
I mean, but like you're associating with like. When you associate a motorcycle group, you tend to think of like a close-knit group of individuals.
That's why I'm like, Band of Brothers. That could be that show.
I mean, a lot of those people did eventually pick up like Harleys and created like motorcycle clubs, so it's not like that far off. But
I'm picking up what you're putting down here.
That was directed by Tom Hanks. It's critically acclaimed. It's based on a book. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he also did the Pacific as well. They're absolutely amazing. I don't like the Pacific as much as I like the Band of Brothers. I mean, actually, thinking about that would be an interesting TV show to be a part of. A little chaotic, to say the least. And
it would just be cool to be like, oh, my favorite show was a big character on. Like, so if we had extended this to video games, I would have loved to be a big character, like in Mass Effect. That like it's just a side mission, right? Because Shepard went on so many side missions.
Oh yeah.
I would love to be the guy that asks you, "Hey, Commander, can you do this for me?" And then when I do it, like, look at me go! It's me!
I think it would be perfect. Like, my favorite game of all time is RuneScape, right? And you play as the main character, but there are millions of NPCs in the game that I could just pick up, like, man in the middle of Lumbridge. Like, what did you do? Well, I played a man who was pickpocketed more than my yearly salary.
I do kind of like that. That's really good. It's just like, yeah, no. I am that random character there. That's me.
Yeah, hi.
They hover over it. No, you're not. It's your exact name. What?
I don't remember the name of the movie. It just came out. I think it's like The Guy, where it's following a random NPC that gains sentience.
Oh, Free Guy?
And I think what's his face? Who played Deadpool?
It's Free Guy. The movie's called Free Guy.
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
From what Derek told me, he said it was funny. It was either Derek or Sheldon.
I think it was Derek, but I just keep forgetting to watch it.
It's just like, it has no presence, like, in my mind. It's just like a movie. It feels like one of those movies that's just kind of like shit, you know, like, I don't know, but it could.
I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's a silly concept, cool, and then that was it.
It felt like it was trying too hard, like it was trying to attract a certain group of individuals who are into video games to go and watch their movie, you know. And I mean, they're trying to attract people to go back to the movies, so I guess that's one way of doing it.
Yeah, it's fair. Although sometimes I do like movies that I think people generally did not like. Because I love the Speed
Racer movie.
Oh, fair.
Which is shit. Everyone hates that
it's
movie.
very bad, but
I love that movie.
So I think you're allowed to like bad movies.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I kind of liked Ready Player #1. I kind of liked it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I got a few of these references. Like, enough to where, like, I watch it with my parents, they'd look over me. What's that? I'm like, I did this.
That's the thing.
Who's that?
I think
they're
a lot
from
of people
this.
disliked it because it was so different from the book. Like,
Right, that's why I didn't like it. I've never read the book though, so that's
yeah,
why
I've
I
not read
don't.
it either.
Yeah,
Like, and I don't necessarily plan on reading it. Like, it seems like an interesting concept.
forgot there was a book on that.
Yeah, there's 2 books. There's Ready Player 2.
I forgot there were 2 books on that. I think
Apparently-
no. That means I just learned that there were 2 books. I did forget.
I mean, people hate the second one. They say it's like entirely unnecessary and like it does nothing for the story. So, I mean, there's really only 1 book for most people.
So,
But I mean,
wait,
that
when
happens,
was the
right?
book made?
I don't know when the book was made. Maybe 90s, early 2000s.
It was published in 2011.
Oh wow, that's a lot more than I thought. Wow, that was a 7-year turnaround for when the movie came out.
That's kind of fast.
That's insane.
Yeah, good for them. So, because what I was gonna get at is that, like, I wonder if, like, a reason it didn't work for, like, people who read the book is that, like, all the references would be different. Because, like, right now, like, if they made the movie, like, today, there would be slightly different references because they were trying to reference, like old stuff, of course.
Pop culture.
But, like,
yeah.
But yeah, pop culture evolves, so they're going to be referencing stuff that's, like, more recent. Like, for example, I think, like, the Iron Giant was in the movie.
Yep,
The Iron Giant
Gundam.
wasn't, like, a 2018 reference.
Nope.
Like, if that's when it came out.
Non-slight.
It's,
Yeah.
you know. There was a, Silence of the Lambs reference, I think. And it's like, yeah, these are not, like, those could probably were in the book. Like, I haven't read it, but
I haven't read it either. I suspect there was a lot of licensing issues too, because there were so many references to like, maybe possibly obscure things that cost a lot of money to like get out there.
I want
The fact that
to.
they got like Tracer in there and Master Chief and the Gundam, it was impressive the amount of things that they got into a scene.
Yeah, it's
But that
fair.
cost a lot of money.
Who, what studio did this?
I think it was Warner Brothers.
I was gonna say, is it Warner Brothers? Yeah, it has to be Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Warner Brothers, I think, is the only studio that would have all of those things.
Or at least
like,
have the ability and
yeah.
access to get all of those in for like a licensing agreement.
Exactly, because, like, you could see how, like, Warner Brothers was able to just be like, hey, we're gonna put your video game character in here. You cool with that? Yeah.
We'll give you a big check.
Yeah, it's like, pretends to have a meeting. Yeah, we'll take your money.
Yeah. That's definitely a yes for me, dog.
You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, we've decided to take a very big check. Like, for, like, Blizzard. Yeah, you're taking the money to put over what? Or to
Blizzard needs that money right now.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to put Tracer in here? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It doesn't even, like, finish the sentence, yes.
It's like, we haven't even offered the amount of money yet. Oh, sorry, you're right. How much? This. Yes.
Yes. Oh, my negotiating skills require additional work.
Yeah, like, you know, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh, sorry. Going back to the thing, the MLS Cup is played differently, actually, than like the way that the World Cup is played. They play a couple games together, if I remember correctly. Hold on, look that up.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm not familiar with their, like, playoff system or anything, to be completely fair.
They play, like, I think they play 3 games, and then Alright, hold on. Where is this? Where are the rules?
I need to see the rules.
The rules.
From, like, the Very Odd Parents. Like,
14 teams get a first round bye.
how many get a first round bye?
Just the top seeded team in each conference gets a first round bye.
How many conferences? 2?
Eastern and Western. Yeah.
Okay, so 2. Yeah.
They have significantly increased the amount of league teams.
Oh, that makes sense.
There's 28 now. It's crazy how big they've grown. And we're talking in 96 when it first started, there were only 10.
I was going to say, like, 28 is more than I would have guessed.
Yeah. They've expanded quite a bit. Yeah. It's really cool to see.
Because, like, I do remember, I think, like, a lot of those teams have to be newer, right? Because, like...
Yeah.
I feel like within our lifetime, there was not within our lifetime, obviously, but, like, within the last, like, decade, there were not, like, that many teams.
Yeah, well, I mean, from 96 to 2004, there were... It went... Okay, so in 96, it started with 10, and then from 98 to 2001, there were 12, and then from 2002 to 2004, they lost 2 teams.
Oh.
And went back down to 10, and then in 2005 and 2006, they went up to 12, and then every year following that, they've gone up by 1, yeah. And then in 2016 was the last year they went up by 1, and in 2017 they went up by 2, and then consistently up by 1 every year now.
Wow.
And I remember 2017 because they added the Orlando Football Club, and they also added either Atlanta or Colorado. Let me see that actually. 2017. No, it was Minnesota and Atlanta they added in 2017. And then the year prior, they added Orlando. Yeah, but I still haven't gone to the playoffs, like actual format. Hold on. What is this?
The team numbers make sense, at the very least.
Well, they're 28 now, which is a nice amount of teams that you play against, and it's not like you're playing the same team over and over again, like you kind of used to.
Because like the 14-team playoffs with one team from each conference getting a bye breaks down into the right number of teams as well, because that would break down to 8.
I mean, I have pride in the fact that I saw the New York Red Bulls as the New York Metro Stars before they changed their branding.
Oh.
And I saw them play against David Beckham.
Who did David Beckham play for when he came to MLS?
LA Galaxy.
LA Galaxy, okay.
Yep.
I was going to say, I think it's the team in Los Angeles. I can't remember what their name is. This is
Nicole in the background is like, I met them because she met the New York Metro Stars when she was playing soccer. Yeah, when she was playing soccer as a kid. Apparently, they were coaches for a few weeks. She apparently had a crush on one.
Aww.
His name was Matt.
Aww. Because Matt's a charmer.
Matt's a charmer.
See, I felt the vibe. I understand. Yeah. Could tell Matt was a charmer, you know.
Okay, so this is what they play. It doesn't specifically say, but they play 2 games, right? And it's the total amount of goals that you scored within the games. And where that matters is if you're the away team and you score a goal, your points are worth twice that of the home team. Oh. It's a little weird. Like, the point system is weird, like, when they did this. Like, the way to break a tiebreaker is whoever has the most wins. If there's a goal differential, the goals scored, the fewer amount of, like, cards that were thrown out or, like, warnings. The away goal differential, which is what I was talking about there. If you have more away goals than the other team, you will win that tiebreaker. I don't know why they do it. It's, like, overcomplicated, but it's different than that of the rest of the world from what I understand.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. And I can't even find the exact rules, because what I'm looking at on the Wikipedia doesn't really explain anything.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, like, also now look, too, because it's, like, this isn't very clear, because it's, like, we're asking playoff.
Yeah, so, like, if you look, here, I'll send you this link, because it gives you, like, the brackets of who was playing on. This is the 2021 playoffs. Like, you could see that there was a point differential between the 2 teams in some cases where, like, there was a difference in the games. And now I think this is actually the year they changed it again. But, like, you see that it was tied. The New England Revolution and New York City Football Club, it was 2-2, but they had 3 and 5. So because they had 5 points to break the tiebreaker, they were able to get past So it used to be where you would play multiple games, but they've dropped that now by the looks of it because I haven't really been fully paying attention to MLS since like COVID.
Yeah.
So I know my dad could tell us all the rules like instantly, but yeah, like it's weird because I feel like it's kind of unfair in some cases, but the rules also kind of make sense.
It's odd because
it's different.
It's a way of countering home field advantage, I guess.
Oh, it's big home field advantage, yeah.
It's really home field disadvantage if away goals are worth more, right?
Kind of, yeah. Well, I guess it's. I think it's a way of evening out the home field advantage that you would normally get.
Yeah.
And it means that like if you are able to score under the pressure of being an away team and you get that additional point for
and if you're an away player, dude, like you would be the best MLS player ever. Because there are like throughout history people who like state that they play better away than at home.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like
some people feed off of the booze. They love that shit, you know?
I remember specifically at like mid 2000s there was a stretch of time for the Rangers where they were winning every single away game, but they could not win a home game. It was infuriatingly hilarious that they were just like they kept winning and winning. My dad was furious. He's like, "How can we not fucking win at our own stadium?"
It's this kid. It's like what's happening. I'm very confused.
Yeah, and it's like there were a couple times, and I think they won like because obviously the way that they play hockey is they play a couple games in a row just because travel and whatnot is a lot easier that way. Like 2 or 3 normally, right? So like they would play a couple games against each other. They'd win against these teams, and then they come back home and they fucking lose the series.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting because like home field advantage is interesting throughout sports because like I feel like as like a giant like New York football team Giants fan, both of our like Super Bowl runs like in our lifetime that they won were all away games.
Yeah.
So it's like they were able to like use that as like motivation, you know, to like gain momentum. So you'll almost wonder like in like an MLS playoff format, would you rather be the lowest seed possible in the playoffs?
Nicole is saying her mother is looking for the photo of her and Coach Matt, so I guess I'm sending you a picture.
Yes.
Oh, they lost power again? Yeah. Oh my god. A transformer blew up in their town, or it's like struggling, so...
It's better than Joko's gonna make.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the hamster. Why is the hamster not running in its wheel again?
Why is the hamster not running? It's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, hamster should always be running.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like I'm questioning how many times that a team plays against each other, but I swear they play like 2 or 3 games against each other because of all the travel that they have to do.
I don't know.
I don't know why. I've watched enough hockey in my life. I should know this, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And of course, no one has the regular season up right now, so I can't see if they've played like the regular games together. These are all finals. I don't want to watch the finals. Regular season, they were 3-0. Yeah, maybe they did play. Hold on. Let's see, they should have it on their page somewhere.
It is so interesting that like we're like, to me though, like pretty much every other sports thing we were talking about, playoff format is very straightforward. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, and then we have the MLS. We've
Fucking
been
weird.
looking
Are you
at
still
it for
reading it?
I gave up. We have the MLS where the points aren't real and none of it matters.
I don't know why I was thinking they play in series. They don't. I'm dumb. I don't know why. I think they occasionally play like 1 or 2 games against each other if they're in the same area. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Like occasionally you'll play against if they're a team that's farther away. Like
Oh, you
for
might do like a
instance-
2-game series, like
Yeah,
but like
like-
during the regular season, probably.
Yeah. This is during the regular
Yeah.
season. Like when they play Chicago, they play 2 games, or when they play against Tampa, they play against 2 games, or
Yeah, just because of the travel distance.
the distance. Because I think you have to play like 3 or 4 games against a team in a season, and then like that's how you gain all of the points. So it doesn't outright
makes sense.
surprise me that if they can avoid traveling there
Avoid.
more often, especially like considering that like the New York Rangers, we're talking New York to Chicago. It's not the crazy longest distance, but from a perspective of like conference, it can be.
Yeah, that's why like I think like certain sports need a realignment in divisions. Like I
Yeah.
think like for example, in the NFL, NFC East. Let's look at the teams. Location wise, Giants, okay. Philadelphia Eagles, okay, those make sense. Washington, they are the Washington Commanders. That was almost bad, Tony. Those three make sense. They're close enough. Dallas Cowboys. Wait,
What?
excuse me.
Man,
That
I
one
feel bad
is
for the Cowboys and all their traveling.
yeah, like that. For as much as I don't ever want to say that I feel bad for the Cowboys,
True.
it doesn't make sense. They should really be like in like a division with like I don't know, like the Texans. They're in the same state, but I don't know. I know they like to keep like teams like of the same like city out of the same division, but
I mean, we're talking like let's talk about baseball. Why the fuck are they like we're talking New York? 2 teams are in 2 entirely different leagues.
yeah.
The American League and the National League. Like why?
Well, because they do that in football too. NFC and AFC.
Yeah.
Basketball is the East and West.
Yeah, but like they actually make sense. Somewhat. I feel like Washington gets really colorful sunburn. Oh.
Reference into their old team name.
Yeah, true. I actually really like their new name. That's a good name.
The Commanders, yeah. No, that's good.
I like that.
Kappa. Whoops, I almost said the thing.
What? Oh no.
You know, when it was a thing for so much of your lifetime, he just like rattling off
defaults to it.
information. Yeah, it isn't good.
How'd that
But
happen?
yeah, like, so I don't know why. I don't know, like, cause like, for it's some reason, like, if like they share the same state, they put them in different leagues almost, like, or different like conferences. So like, LA Chargers, LA Rams. Chargers are AFC, Rams are NFC.
I mean, but that's also due to the fact that they literally just moved there.
True. But yeah, that's fair. But who else? Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans are different. Up until recently, the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros were both were separate, but Houston Astros were brought over to the American League.
It's weird how they do it. Like it's interesting, I guess, to look at like the history of how and what teams were where.
Yeah.
But it's also like infuriating. It's like, why can't this just be simpler?
There were 3 teams in Florida, right? In football?
In football, there's the Jaguars, there's the
The
Buccaneers,
Dolphins.
and the Dolphins.
And the Buccaneers, yeah. So it's like, and why are they Hear me out. In 3 different divisions.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're all right there, which simplify everything, where they just play each other all the fucking time. And you get local fans.
Yeah,
it's the amount of like revenue that you would get of people actually traveling there.
It's just like, all right, so hear me out. There are 3 teams in Florida. None of them are in the same division. At least in football, arguably there are 3 New York teams, and 2 of them are in the same division: the Jets and the Bills.
I always forget the Bills exist.
Dude, so like, right? Like, it's so bad because like Bills fans would be like, "Oh, we're the only New York team," and Giants and Jets fans would be like, "We forgot that you were real."
Wait. You know the meme where it's like Dwight looking at Angela like, ha!
Yeah. Why are you here?
Who are you?
Yeah. Sorry to any Bills fans. The Bills have been, out of those 3 teams, the Bills have been by far the best team for the last like long time.
True. That was a big surprise when the Bills actually started showing the fuck up.
Yeah, because they actually started drafting well, getting good coaching, drafting well. You know, the Giants and Jets have had a run of bad coaching, not drafting well. Did I mention not drafting well?
Oh, maybe.
Because, like, so there is, like, 2 proven ways of victory in the NFL. Drafting well, trading your draft picks for players right now. And I say the second one because that's exactly what the Rams did.
Yeah, that's true.
The Rams haven't had a first-round pick in years. Because they keep trading them for really good players.
Yeah.
Like, they just keep getting, like, veterans who, like, have, like, a year or 2 left. Maybe 3 or 4, you know, if you're lucky. But, like, and then they just let them go to free agency, and they win. Like, they won. They traded a first-round pick, I think, like, multiple first-rounders, to the Lions for Matthew Stafford. They had him for 1 season, and he won. Poor Lions fans are like, we had that guy for like a decade, and we like went to the playoffs once. And Lions fans, I think Lions fans are like one of the football fans that you just have to get along with, because it's just like, they know they're bad. They know.
Yeah, like they're loyal, and we respect that, and we don't make fun of them.
No, we don't make fun of them. They don't have any false like hopes. They know they're the Lions.
Yep.
And when they are good, we're happy for them. We're very happy if they do good, because they're the Lions. We know in 2 years they're not going to be good again.
Yeah.
And you give them a little pat on the head and like, go ahead, go to the playoffs. You'll lose game 1, but you'll go. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, but like it's.
I would love to see the Lions win the Super Bowl.
Oh, that'd be
so great.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
God, in our lifetime, I would love to see the Lions.
Yeah.
That might not happen in our lifetime.
Speaking as a Jets, Mets, and Rangers fan, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Right? Like, I can't really speak for one of my fandoms, but Yankees have the most.
Two of your fandoms are actually like were decent. They haven't really showed up. One of them hasn't showed up in a while, but. You know,
the Giants had at least. I mean, like, I can't complain as a Giants fan because they won 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime.
Yeah.
The Jets have been to 1 Super Bowl, I think, ever, right?
No, they've been to a couple. They just Super Bowl. Yes, they've been to 1.
Yeah, you guys won it though.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take those.
You won it.
We'll never fucking see it.
Do you? I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but I know what Super Bowl you guys won number-wise.
I don't remember the number nor the year. I just
Okay,
know
the year I don't know. The number Super Bowl I remember.
Well, I mean, if you know the number, you could just subtract the.
I don't know what year it started off the top of my head.
You don't need to know the first year. You just need to know the current like Super Bowl, and you just subtract from it, right?
Yeah. What was the last Super Bowl? I don't know.
Actually, speaking of sports right now, I don't know if like the only reason I have this is because I'm getting like a notification. Tiger Woods dropped out of the.
He wasn't playing well.
No, yeah. I was watching a little bit on Friday. I haven't like watched it all, but yeah, he wasn't doing too hot. I'm surprised
he was
he
plus
actually
4.
stayed in. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, he
I
dropped.
mean, yeah, I expected it.
He's well past his prime now. Like, I mean, he's still a good golfer. Don't like I can.
He's still like in the top 1% of golfers in the world. He's just not the top 1% of
Of the
professional
1%.
golfers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Um, oh, also Super Bowl 3 was the Jets Super Bowl.
Well, that's a pretty easy number to remember. Now that I
Yeah.
think about that, I probably should know that.
So, you guys have a great track record in recent history. Super Bowl 3 was the one you won. We were in. All right, let's.
We're in the high 40s now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Last year's Super Bowl was. Oh wait, actually that makes sense. Oh, they're in Roman numerals.
What are the numbers?
Okay, no, I can do it. I can do it.
Okay.
L is 50.
Mm-hmm.
And VI
wow.
is 6, so 56
Wow.
was last
Okay.
year's. So
That's
you guys
a lot
are just
more.
on a little bit of a streak.
Well, yeah. A streak of losing. That's what we're good at.
Yeah, like I'll check to see if you guys have been to another one. It will take a minute though. Ooh, Blades, question of the week. Star Trek red shirt number 103 because I have no acting skills.
Oh my god! I don't know if this person was here before, but I said,
No, Blade. I don't think Blade was in chat for when you said
so
that.
Blade,
So.
I said DS9, but I want to be Morn because I think that would be perfect because everyone loves him and like talks about him, but he's not like relevant to the story at all.
Yeah, Blade did just hop in, so.
Well, okay. Except for that, like 1 or 2 episodes he actually got, but that's beside the point.
Oh no, I don't know how to tell you this.
Oh no, what?
But you guys have actually only been to the one Super Bowl. That was right.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
You guys made it to 2 AFC Championship games when you had the greatest butt fumbling quarterback ever.
I remember that. I still have his jersey.
His butt.
I have his jersey with pride.
Yeah. Man,
He's still even playing? I think he's done now, right?
No, he's been done for. He's like a college football analyst now.
That doesn't surprise me. I feel like that would, like, I mean, his ass was analyzed how many times? I guess it was
he was done with the NFL.
Eventuality, yeah.
He had like 1 or 2 good seasons. Because like even the years that they made, like the Jets, you guys made it to the AFC, you were carried by your defense. It was not.
That defense
they were
ran
so
by Miracle
good.
was so fucking good. It wasn't as good as like the Seahawks, but it was still
no. But
good.
I mean, in different ways. Like your like defensive line and everything was terrifying.
Yeah.
You had Darrelle Revis by himself would probably be arguably the most talented player in either secondary. But the secondary of the Seahawks was better overall. Definitely.
I personally hated that. I don't like Reeves. He didn't play good at all for us. I don't remember a time where he was for us.
He was amazing for you guys for a really long time. He was the best man-to-man cornerback in the NFL.
I think it might have been like when I was actively watching, it was like only the first couple of seasons he was with us, and he just wasn't showing up. And that was like when I was actively watching.
Yeah,
and I guess maybe he came back a little bit later on in his like contract with the Jets.
During your guys' peak, where you went to the AFC Championships, he was amazing.
Okay.
But he dropped off a little bit after that. So maybe that's when you're thinking of too, because like after your guys like push where he made back-to-back AFC, he was good for another few years, and then he was done.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think most Jets fans just try to find someone who's gonna be like someone. The black sheep and like blame because we've never.
Well, you had Mark Sanchez to blame. You don't have to blame Darrelle Revis.
I like Sanchez. I felt bad for him, man. He wasn't the best player in the world.
It's kind of his fault because, like, he should have stayed in college at least another season. He started like 8 games in college and then went to the NFL. He didn't have he was a good prospect, but like he didn't have any actual like real reps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he played for one season and then declared for the draft. He played well that season, but like, I think he could have used more time to
cook in the oven.
To cook, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, dude, if someone's telling you you're going to go top 5 in the NFL draft, yeah, I'd leave too, probably, because that's money. Yeah.
That's big money right there.
Because the thing is, like, yeah, like, logistically, it would have been cool if he stayed for another year. But what if he breaks his leg game 1?
That's true.
You know?
That's a very good
We
point.
went to high school with someone who, our senior year, was the starting quarterback for our football team. Got hurt and lost a scholarship to like a decent team.
Why? I don't remember this.
Yeah, they were in a few of my classes. That's why like I knew them. They were the starting quarterback, and then they got hurt in.
Can you poke me their name?
I don't remember their last name.
I might remember the first name if you say, because like
so
I did go to those.
They were actually, let's do that instead.
No, I don't know that. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. He was in a bunch of my classes and stuff. But he was one of like the 2 players that our high school got our senior year who were also seniors that totally lived in our area now. Wink.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Well, I know a couple of them got like college scholarships, nothing like major.
So we had like our senior year, 2 really good football players who were not in our area magically were in our area now.
Oh, yes. I know exactly.
A quarterback and a cornerback.
Yep, I remember. I know exactly who the
You probably know who the other person is, at least.
I definitely know the cornerback. When I was working like with doing like carpet cleaning, I his place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Wow. Yeah, and he showed up senior year.
Yep, they were both senior year.
Yeah.
Yep, because the football team needed new players.
He was a good running back or quarterback, whatever.
Yeah, he was very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I also remember he was a linebacker. He also had like 9 concussions. He got picked up by a small college. I think like a small Christian college picked him up. Hold on, let me see.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. What letter?
M.
Oh.
Hey, wake up.
Okay. If this is what I'm thinking about, I didn't think they were a linebacker.
I don't remember what I just sent you a message with it.
Yeah, he was a lineman, defensive lineman.
Okay, yeah, defensive lineman. I know he played one of them and got hit a lot.
His worst part was his fingers.
I never noticed that. I can see that being bad, especially where he was.
So, like, this is like maybe a TMI thing. So if you're very sensitive to this kind of information, maybe skip ahead in the podcast and your live stream earmuffs for a few minutes. So a lot of football players, like, their hands just get destroyed.
Oh.
So like multiple times for games, like people would have to snap his like fingers and stuff back into place. And like his exact hands. And when you look at his hands, they were destroyed.
Yeah.
And this was in high school.
Yeah. I mean, I have a couple fingers that got fucked up because of hockey. Like they're bending a little in the opposite.
But this is so like this is every single
nothing.
play they're doing that to their hands.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to like say that mine is just.
But no, it's yeah. I was just like
happens,
as like and also like to tell people like not just to you like every single play they're destroying their hands.
Oh,
so you know like they go in and he literally told us story after story after story of like them having to do that like multiple times a game.
Good lord.
Like I That's just, you know,
Not great.
it's
I was cordial
not.
with the dude, but I didn't really have like conversations with him. So
We were.
kinda...
I was in a lot of classes with him, so we talked.
Oh, that's fair.
Um. So that's how I found that like out about.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I think someone like, I can't remember if someone like asked him about his hands, or like he just was talking about. We were just talking about like injuries and stuff. Because I remember like I was telling him, because I really liked baseball and I played a lot of baseball, but like my legs were not like 100% going from 8th grade into high school. Like I was having ankle and knee issues. In hindsight, I would have 100% loved to I would have played in hindsight, but like I know I would have probably had like some sort of leg surgery by now. I almost guarantee it.
Holy shit. What
My
did you
ankles
do?
were really bad. I rolled my ankles like every game.
Oh shit! I didn't even, like. I sprained my ankles a lot.
Yeah.
But maybe not like that much. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, and then like there was a streak where like in the off season, like in high school, I would play basketball and I rolled my ankle like every game, every time I play.
Good lord.
Yeah, it was really bad. Can I come in and answer question of the week? Yeah. Ryan, could you do me a favor? Are you in the game?
Oh yeah, I can pull them.
Yeah, pull Aries in real fast.
Hello,
Here's
cuties.
Aries. Hello, Aries. How are you, friendo?
Do I sound as fucked up as I feel like I sound?
Are you
No.
like? Did you get the 19?
No, honestly, for a day I thought I had the flu, but I think I just had like a cold. Cause it's only been like a stuffy nose and
You sound
throat.
stuffy. You don't sound
It's
like.
it's just been the stuffy nose and that's it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's allergies
I don't have allergies.
that you are aware of.
No one in my family has allergies.
Doesn't mean it can't happen to you.
First of
That's
your
true.
kind.
That's true, but this would be the first time I've ever had have experienced them.
I mean, look what happened to Tony. The boy like was able to eat like dairy and gluten for.
That's not
Most for a
pog.
lot part of my
That
life.
is
Yeah.
not pog. Well, you know what I think it is? Where I live, we get like really heavy pollen.
I was
And-
gonna say pollen. Yeah.
Yeah, probably pollen.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's a pollen allergy. It's like it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I went out and my car was just literally bright green. So when I opened it, it was like snorting like 16 lines of pollen.
Oh, good lord.
So I think it's just working its way through my. You know what I mean?
Did you take a test for the bad?
No.
No.
Because
Okay.
this is the only symptom I've had.
I mean, my sister and her girlfriend literally just tested positive, and Nicole and I have tested negative. Well, she's tested negative twice. I've only tested negative once. And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of sketch. We don't have any symptoms either. So, but neither did her girlfriend, and her girlfriend is with the Rona or the 19 now.
That's fair. Question of the week though. If I
Yeah.
could play any role, 2 million IQ, 2 million IQ play here. I would like to have been the little kid on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yo, that's a good shout.
Yeah, that's fair. Because you're a little kid, right? So.
I am a little kid.
Oh.
We also love.
Nick said, "Why you gotta be so negative, Ryan?"
What am I being negative about? I'm being realistic.
No, think about the last conversation we had.
Oh.
Testing negative is being negative.
Bro.
Don't you boo, Nick. I thought it was funny.
I'm gonna
I laughed when I saw it. Why are you booing him? He's right.
Ryan,
What's up?
you at a later time on this day, my brother in Christ, May 21st, Saturday, May 21st of the year of our Lord 2022.
Let's just say, there we go.
My brother in
Eventually got.
Christ liked to play
You still added
vampire
September.
with me and Val.
Oh, what was that? I'm sorry.
He's asking to play vampire.
Said,
Yeah, I'll definitely. Yeah, I'll play. We haven't played in a while.
Text me when you can.
Yeah. I mean,
Stop
Tony,
dying.
I'm suspecting that you're done after the podcast, so probably
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, pretty much after podcasts. I'm out.
Yeah.
If I was dying, I would hope it would happen faster.
Oh, yeah, true.
I will say though, the next morning, like the day, so like by the time I was like halfway through my work day, after like absorbing pollen for breakfast,
Delicious.
I definitely was like, my throat was fucked up, my nose was fucked up. The next morning, I woke up, I had like the fucking, the drainage, the big old loogie you gotta cough up in the morning. And then that one was brown, and then the day after it was bright red. I was like, you know what? That means the blood is fresh, which I think is better than old blood.
I don't think any blood in your phlegm is good, like at all.
Well, when you cough, right, it makes your little lung. What are the really tiny? Tony, what are the really tiny muscles called that start with a C?
I don't know why you just said I appreciate that you think I have any intelligence, but
really tiny blood vessels.
Bold of you to assume I paid attention in anatomy class.
Capillaries in your lungs go pop when you cough really hard.
Oh, capillaries. Okay, yeah, I do know that actually.
In hindsight, yes, I do know that word. However, I would not have been able to pick it out. Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm gonna go enjoy the movie of the year that I'm watching for free because I can't imagine paying cash money to see it. Shout out Morbius 2022.
Oh my god, you're actually watching that shit.
I am gonna watch it. You know why I'm watching it? Because I just finished watching Halo.
You actually watched that?
Yep.
Dumpster fire?
Yep.
How was it actually?
It was, look, if you know nothing about the series and all you wanted was some alien shoot 'em up show, it's pretty good.
Oh well.
It's like literally the most generic sci-fi. I haven't watched anything because I just refuse, but from what I've been told, it's the most generic sci-fi TV show you'll ever watch. It has, like, if they didn't put the Halo tag over it and give them Mjolnir armor, you would have never known.
You'd have been like, oh, this is an interesting generic sci-fi show.
Yeah.
You could have called it Warhammer, and it probably would have done just as fucking well.
Yeah. And the worst part is they're all like slapping each other on the back, like, "Good job, everyone."
I will call you Mini Warhammer.
Maybe Warhammer.
Fires.
Oh. Fires.
He'd really say goodbye.
I just saw the most amazing clip in Valorant on YouTube as I was just like browsing. Or no, not Valorant, Twitch. This was in a pro match. They blocked off the wall on Icebox on B, right? Which one's the open side on Icebox? I can't remember.
Okay. So.
Like outside. The outside one.
Are you talking about like on B site or?
Yeah, on B site. On B site itself on Icebox, they walled themselves so mid couldn't see. So they were planting right in a spot where the wall, like at the corner of where the B point was, from like where the attackers first lock in.
Yeah. And
they couldn't get anywhere, right? So this is a Sage. The Sage flips their wall, turns it mid-plant for this person, lifts the person mid-plant, stops it. The person doesn't realize it and gets shot in a pro match.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
That's pretty good. I like that. I should have mentioned it while Ares was here. But CSGO Majors happening right now.
Oh, is it? I don't even see it.
Oh, not right now, but like.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I should have said like it's been happening. Because like they played both semifinal games today, and is the finals tomorrow or when are the finals? They are tomorrow. Technically, 17 hours from now. It's gonna be FaZe versus Navi.
Okay, so pretty standard.
Yeah. This is the. I don't want to say it, but I've been a fan of FaZe's FaZe's Counter-Strike team since they were Kingwin, and they have not won a major.
Whoa, shh, it's okay. Okay.
I remember the original lineup for Kingwin.
Oh, good lord.
The only player that's made it all the way through is Rain.
Wow. There's like the original players.
Yeah, out of the original 5 on this roster, Rain is the only one that's still on it.
How? How many years is that?
That's a good question. Let me look up Kingwin CSGO, because they ended up buying like a different roster after. What year was Kingwin first? Alright, I gotta change up the search. Kingwin. (2015).
Oh wow.
So he's been on that roster since 2015.
That's a long-standing relationship with the team. That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, so since 2015, and it's been 3 different organizations. It's been Kingwin, and then they were bought by G2, and then they were bought by FaZe.
Well, the fact that he stayed though
because he's
for
good.
3 separate ones, that's actually kind of impressive.
Crazy.
The fact that he doesn't even get kicked off when they bought him, it's like, oh yeah, he's part of the contract.
He's playing very, very well in the major too.
Really?
There have been some talks recently about dropping him, but I probably would stop being a fan of that team if he's gone, because he's been my favorite player forever now. But
Did you hear the drama in the Dota 2 world?
No.
A Dota 2 professional player got kicked off the team because his mother had cancer. And has cancer still. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And it was either oh no, she had a stroke. That's what it was. But she has some. Hold on, I'm gonna find this story so I don't butcher it.
Over mother's death.
Yeah, it was mother's death. That's what it was. It's wild, and the worst part is that the fucking professional team literally made a tweet saying, "We're sorry to see you go," trying to make them seem like it wasn't their decision to kick him off the team. And there's text messages and there's tweets and everything for his proof. And it's pretty wild. Yeah, this happened a couple days ago, maybe on Thursday or Wednesday.
Dude.
Oh, and he was a captain too.
Dota 2, you gotta get your shit together.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's actually Dota 2 necessarily, more the organization.
Because my mom was on her last days and they assumed it would affect my performance. Or I knew for some time this day would come. She had stage 4 cancer. She passed away on Monday. Imagine being fired from job because you're about to lose a loved one.
It's it's just wild to think they did that.
Oh, so one thing that is damning, to me at least, is his former organization and teammates were notably silent, not posting anything since the news is broken.
Yeah,
which means that it means it's probably true. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's just so sad. To think that. And they
That's
made it to the
so
quarterfinals.
shitty.
The captain of the team helped them get to the quarterfinals, and just because he couldn't go to like a training session or something for like a day or two, because he was trying to go see his fucking mother. This happens. Like, there has to be some level of recourse for this guy. The good thing about him making it public is that I guarantee you some major team is going to pick him up now. Like, easily. And not to say that he wouldn't before, probably, but more now it's like, by a team picking him up, they just gave themselves brownie points.
Yeah. Dude. But that text message is like heartbreaking to read, and then they kick him.
Yeah. Just terrible. Like, I don't know how heartless you can be. I mean, it's entirely possible that there was some other issues that were, like,
yeah, so, like,
with him.
the team apparently, like, has been playing very poor lately. From what I can garner.
Yeah.
Which, like... Wow.
Fucked up beyond belief.
Because, like... Okay, so... They don't know who's replacing him. Okay.
Talk about, like, fucking with team synergy in the middle of a playoffs run.
Yeah. Yeah, because, major qualifications are starting very soon.
Yeah.
They haven't qualified for the major yet, but they are close. It's possible the team is who can pick them up, or he could hastily put a new roster together in time for open qualifiers for the third tour. Most likely, situation he's trying to join us in the team ahead of the Team 111 qualifiers. That is rough, my dude. Wow.
Oh, interesting tidbit. Do you know that the Mets-Colorado game yesterday got canceled because of snow?
In where was it?
Colorado.
That makes sense. Okay.
But it's May.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. You know what? Funny enough, Pi was telling us that, like, the weather there went from like 81, 87 or something one day to 30 something the next day, and they were expecting snow. And that lines up with exactly what you're saying.
Wild.
That is kind of crazy. Oh, dude, I feel so bad for that guy.
Oh yeah. No, that's horrible to see.
Like, I get having to make roster changes to improve the team, but, like,
there's a much more gracious way of doing it. Yeah.
Also, like, I'm never a fan of kicking people before, like, major season. I think the roster changes you should try to make her after the major.
I would concur with that. I mean, like, you've played so far together, like, trying to build back synergy. I would say it's, like, late in the season, but, like, mid-season probably for them. And they practiced enough, you know, that's hard.
The next thing they have to play is June 5th. So that
does not give you a lot of time.
Not a lot of time. It's like 2.5 weeks. Yeah, that's not great. That sucks.
Yeah, it's just wild.
I don't know how they could expect someone to do that.
Wait, is that the Preakness today?
The what?
The Preakness?
That sounds really familiar. Is that horses?
Yeah. It's the second.
The second to the Kentucky Derby, right?
Yeah, for the Triple Crown.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the Triple Crown.
Yeah, because the Derby was like
The first leg, right?
3 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the Preakness, and then there's the Belmont. Oh, yeah, it was an hour. It was literally an hour ago. What?
Did the horse that won last time win? Probably not.
I don't know, actually. Let's see. Thankfully, will not be heat. Rich Strike will not feature in Saturday's race. The horse owner said that the race was tempting and didn't fit their plans. Yeah, so actually, the horse who won the Kentucky Derby didn't even participate.
They didn't fit your plans. He won. Let him try.
Getting the Triple Crown as hard as it is, I mean,
I don't know. I feel like even if like it was a fluke, you at least try the second one.
I think the reasoning behind it is more of a financial, because a lot of it, like if you win one of these major races, the amount of money that like you get, like the stables get from siring, is ridiculous. I mean, like look at some of like the Preakness winners, or even the Triple Crown winners. They were siring children for decades, just trying to replicate that performance again. And occasionally it'll work, but it doesn't work out. But to sire a horse from like one of the Triple Three, like it's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
True.
So I mean, maybe he's thinking like long term, trying to keep this horse healthy and trying to make them money. Which I mean, I guess. But if you have the shot at the Triple Crown,
I would just say
not doing it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, I think like you and like I get it, like because they were like a crazy story to even be in the race, but you won last one.
Yeah,
I would do it. You know, you let the jockey and that horse try again.
I mean, in our lifetime, we've seen two, and that was very rare because the last one that won was in '78, and then in 2015, American Pharoah won.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember American Pharoah. That was the one.
And then in 2018, there was also another winner, Justified.
Okay, I didn't know that one. Yeah. Can have adult help, please? I don't see you.
Oh,
there you are.
Oh, I see you.
User was moved to your channel.
I was gonna say, for some reason, I'm like, why don't I see Pie? And then you popped.
It took longer for me to connect than I thought it would.
Hello, Pie.
We were just talking about the snow that you guys had.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. Can I like talk about it?
Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
Okay. So it was almost 90 degrees on the Wednesday? Yeah, Thursday. Thursday it was almost 90 degrees, and then we're like, winter storm warning, like be prepared for snow. Like everybody's freaking out. I got 6 emails from my HOA being like, make sure to turn off your water and your sprinklers. We're coming around to cover, blah, blah. And like everybody's freaking out about this snowstorm. So then Friday comes around. I'm like, it's cold and rainy. And then today it's sunny and just cool. It's like 55 degrees. Like, I mean, north of me, up in Wyoming, like Cheyenne, Wyoming, got like 4 inches, I think, of snow, but it's gone already. And then Denver area got like maybe a half an inch, and it melted overnight. Like yeah.
Huh.
Walking down the street today in the city near where I live, all of the like flowers that are out around were all like covered in plastic wrap and like all this shit. I'm like, it didn't get that cold. Like everybody's freaking out about this winter storm.
Gotta save the flowers.
Yeah. Literally, I didn't see a single snowflake. It just rained and was cold.
Like I was talking to my mom for chance. I'm like, it's weird. Like she's like, it's snowing. I'm like, wait, you're shitting me. That's why the Mets Colorado's game got postponed, because of snow? Yep. She's like, yeah, it's snow in May. What does the world come to? I'm like, well, this is not the tipping point, let me tell you, but that's certainly part of it.
I mean,
Well, we could get into a lot of things, but
I don't think there's ever been a May in my life that there hasn't been snow somewhere. Like, obviously in the mountains in Colorado, we get snow
I mean, that makes sense.
pretty much until the end of June. They're getting snow, depending on where you're at. But like, we normally have at least, you know, an inch or so of snow that happens in May. That's pretty typical.
Wild.
Yeah, because it's funny because so my high school graduation was actually 6 years ago today, which is kind of funny.
congratulations.
Thank you. The weekend before my high school graduation and the weekend after, we had snow. But the weekend of my graduation, it was nice and warm.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
it's
works out.
preparing for you.
it's wild.
Kinda
Like
warm.
in 2019, I graduated college December of 2019, and it was nice enough to where we were wearing short sleeve shirts. But my friend who graduated in May of 2019, she literally like was wearing a winter coat to her graduation because it was snowing. So yeah, our weather is bipolar and odd and makes no sense. And yeah,
That's wild.
Lovely. You know, so I've had a thought in my head. I don't want to lose it. So
okay.
when you asked, can I talk about this? At first, my head was like, all right, what would Pi call a podcast that she would do? And I was like, Piecast. I'm like, no. Pie crust.
I was gonna say it has to do something with crust here.
Yeah, Pie crust.
Oh,
Welcome to the Pie Crust.
hell
I am
yeah.
your host, Pie Scandal.
I'm trying to think of something like super witty with a crust. I can't think of anything right now. What is?
Because, like, if you do Pie Crust, it sounds kind of like podcast.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can get
Yeah.
behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
down
my
for that.
attempt at witty.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that's
Very
good.
very punny.
Thank you,
It
thank you,
passes
thank
the
you.
fun test.
Thank you,
It
thank
does.
you.
I
I
did.
accept my word now.
I did tell my mom though. Like we were in the store shopping earlier, and I was like, "Oh, my friend says, happy anniversary to Pie Bakers," and my mom just giggled and said, "Thanks."
I sure did say that.
Because like she knows that my name on here is Pie.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just giggled and she goes, "Thanks."
Happy anniversary to the Pies Bakers.
Oh, my mom's cute.
It's very funny.
Wait, your parents know about your online video game presence? Mine don't even give a shit.
Mine, they didn't understand it at first, but like, because it started like I started watching gaming YouTube videos back in like lockdown in like peak pandemic May of 2020.
Sure.
And I started watching it, and my dad was like, "Why are you watching somebody else play a video game? Why don't you just fucking play the video game yourself?" And I'm like, "Well, why do you watch football? Why don't you just go play football yourself?" He's like, "You know what? You got a point. Continue."
Suddenly this makes sense. Go ahead.
Yeah. So then ever since then, like they don't enjoy watching it, but like they understand it.
Yeah.
And like they know about the online stuff, and they know about friends and things like that.
To
Did
this
Bear
day,
just shake?
my stepmom cannot comprehend it and thinks it's like the worst decision I could make in the world for playing and like
Oh, I
being
can't
involved with it.
believe-
I'm like, woman, don't like you down a bottle of Chardonnay and fucking read Nora Roberts books all the time. Like, how is this
Oh.
any goddamn different?
Your
I-
choice is better.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
That's the difference.
at least I drink and have fun. You drink and read the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
My parents know that I stream.
Mhm.
That's pretty much the extent to it.
Do they understand the concept of streaming?
Yes. Well,
Okay,
my mom does.
Okay.
I could see. From what you
Mine-
told me about your
yeah.
mom, I could see your mom understand.
My mom watches YouTube Live sometime.
Oh,
And I told her it's literally that.
Different website.
It's just a different platform.
Yeah.
And my dad knows that I talk to my computer.
Which, if you
Yeah.
think about it, is all we're really doing right
They
now.
know.
This is real.
It's true. They know that I've done the podcast for a very, very long time. To the point where Saturday nights say no podcast.
I mean, like, I
Yeah.
think a podcast is pretty synonymous. I think most
Yeah.
people understand.
They understood
what
that like
is.
right away.
They know what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
That's sort of how I describe it to my dad. I'm like, you know how I do the podcast? Yeah. But now I do that all the time. But it's not just me talking. I also play games and people watch it. He's like, okay. I think he's doing his best
like, yeah,
to
for
understand. For sure. Because like my dad doesn't like know how to use a computer. He didn't ever learn how to
he
use a
doesn't?
computer. Yeah.
Oh.
So he does not know. So, you know, I'm a first generation gamer. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I like when Leah tells us that her parents, like her and her dad used to play Halo all the time together. I'm like, that's fucking goals right there. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. Like, it wasn't. It's my dad's extent of video game playing is Wii Sports, and he adores that game, and maybe Mario Kart.
That's fair.
Like, that's the only two games. And you know what? Those are two good choices. If I had to choose two games to play for the rest of my life, I'd definitely say one of them would be
My dad played the original Smash Brothers with us once or twice.
Ooh.
And my mom played like the PlayStation 2 had like an open world Frogger game or something.
Oh.
And she played that all the way through.
All the way through. Holy shit.
Yeah. Like her and my brother played it together.
Oh,
But
okay.
my mom did play a lot of it.
I mean, I think my mom played Spyro with me as a kid, but not like a lot of it. Just like she would be in the room and I'd be playing it, and she would like comment or like help me figure out like, I guess, puzzles that I just didn't understand because I was like 6.
Yeah, because baby. Actually, my mom also played like on the Nintendo DS. There was like those brain games. I forget what they were called. I definitely felt smarter when I did them, so I stopped immediately.
Big Brain Academy was so much fun.
I think that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly. That, I mean, they have a new one on the Switch. I was actually thinking about getting it. That's where my love for Sudoku came from.
I'm just so dumb.
I mean, I feel that.
That, like, sometimes when people are talking about, like, even when, like, Marlon is, like, helping his little sister with homework and stuff, I always ask, like, so what is she learning? I try to gauge, like, am I smart enough to know still what that would be? Because sometimes I'm not convinced I am.
And that is the fear. It's like when my dad's an engineer, so like, or was, he doesn't necessarily do engineer work, but he's smart enough to know the math. Like, I would show him like calculus 2 math. I'm like, I can't figure out like this, and he would try to figure it out, and he's like, wow, they've changed math a lot since I took Calc 2. I'm like, yeah, no shit, Dad.
Damn. See, like,
it was like 20 years ago.
By the time I hit like algebra, there was no chance my parents could help me.
My dad was good at like geometry, algebra 1, algebra 2, which was lucky, but he has a very poor way of explaining how to get from point A to point B for this stuff, so it didn't exactly help me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thankful for that. But the moment I hit like, I guess, sophomore and junior year of high school, and like it wasn't even worth asking.
Yeah. Like, are we?
Are we still talking about parents playing video games with us?
Sure,
We're
go
talking
ahead.
about. Well, yeah. I mean, we could.
I
do
was say
that.
if you have an example of it.
Sorry, I had to go. I just had Chinese food delivered, so I had to go pick it up at the door.
Jealous. I have hibachi waiting for me.
It
I have a sticky
smells
notepad
so
in front
good.
of me. Might
Yummy.
just take a bite of that.
Hell yeah, paper, delicious.
Mm.
Well, fiber, I think. Sure.
Thanks.
So
She's not wrong.
my my dad actually is the reason why I ever played video games in the first place. We had a PlayStation 2, and he bought, of course, all of the like dad golf simulator things.
Of course.
Of course. But then he also, I remember when I was 7, we went to Blockbuster and bought this like it was a SpongeBob video game for the PlayStation 2.
Battle for Bikini Bottom?
Yes.
Yo! Oof.
I became obsessed with it. I have played through and fully completed that game. I don't know how many times over the years. Like, I still have my PlayStation 2. It still works, and I can still play that game on it, which is kind of cool.
If I remember correctly, they just ported that to PC.
Yeah, I have it on Steam.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She jumped on that one.
Yeah, as soon as I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but I saw it and I was like, oh, bought it. Okay.
Not even
this
questioning it.
is mine now.
I own this because they like revamped it. I think in 2020 for
Yeah, something
PlayStation
like that.
4, and my friend Kelly bought it for me. Because she knew how obsessed I was with the first one when I was a kid. So she was like, nostalgia, here you go.
Do you even have a PlayStation 4 to play it on, or did she buy it for like PC for you?
No, I do have the PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is what I played video games on the PlayStation 2, and then when I got the PlayStation 4 when I was fucking 16, that was the only, I didn't get a PC until last year, so.
I have a
PlayStation
working
4
PS2 somewhere.
I
Let's don't remember where I put it.
I asked for a PlayStation 2 for like 6 Christmases in a fucking row.
Oh.
My mom would refuse. Like, to this day, I still am like slightly irked that she did that to me. I did eventually get a GameCube, which was better, I guess, for me, because I love Nintendo games for the most part now, except for modern day Nintendo. I've got some words with them about how they're handling certain things, but yeah, I eventually got a console, and I think my mom was like trying to hold off as long as she possibly could to get me into video games, and just wasn't going to work out for her because there was nothing stopping me from playing.
Fair. We had video games pretty much as doo-doo. As doo-doo.
Oh my god, what is going on?
Something's exciting happening over there.
Those two.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, we had video games like I don't think I ever played it, but my brother played like the original or the Nintendo or like the Super Nintendo, one of the two. Nintendo 64 was the first game station I played on. So I was very young playing on that. Probably played on that before I went to school.
Nice.
I just remembered actually, both my parents, when they were still together, because they eventually divorced, they had the original Game Boy, black and white. I forgot, and they gave it to me and my sister when we were old enough to play them.
That's cool.
I gotta find that.
I never had a Game Boy Color or Game Boy Black and White. The Game Boy Advance was the first Game Boy I got.
That was the first one I owned myself, and I played that one so hard that the back literally broke off, and I would tape my batteries in.
Oh my god.
And my sister got the SD, which
Do you,
was like,
do you remember having to get like the light? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we would go, because my grandmother lived a state away.
Mm.
On the way, either home or there, if it was dark, I would have to, if I didn't have like the light clip with me, because I forgot it because I was a kid. It was, dumb. I forget those things. I would use the lights from the highway, and like it would be intermittent, so I'd have to play and then pause and then wait, and then there would be another light. I'm like, oh, I gotta do that thing. Or I try to reflect it off of other people's cars. It was the worst. But the best. I love that thing.
What a time.
What a time indeed.
God, man, playing all those Pokemon games and stuff for the first time.
God, if I could go back and play the original Ruby.
Yeah, that era was definitely.
Though, I have to admit, the original Diamond and Pearl, when we were just in middle school, was the fucking shit. I love that game.
What was your first Pokemon game?
Blue and Red.
Okay, mine was Crystal.
Okay, well, alright, here's the difference. The first game I ever owned myself was Ruby, but I did play like every game up to that point, because I guess I'm showing my age now a little bit. And it's not even, I'm not even that old. I say that I'm almost 30, which is fucking weird. I used to rent both Pokemon
I'm
Blue,
like 2 months
Red.
older than you, and I very much hate that you said you're almost 30.
Yeah, I know, it's the fucking worst.
We're 26.
Yep, we're 26.
We're not, we're closer to 30 than 20. We're not
like it.
quite. We're not almost 30 though. Like that'd be like 29 and 7/8.
I mean, it's closer than what we were previously.
Listen here, young man. As being slightly, slightly under 2 months older than you, because of the days.
True. Well, like, I don't know if you ever did this. And Pi, you're like old enough at this point where you may have had to like deal with this. I used to rent the video games from the movie store.
Yep.
I
don't think
Blue,
I ever did.
Red, Gold, and Silver all the time, and like constantly. And like part of that process was when you rented it, you had to either play whatever save file was on there or restart it. So I restarted Blue. I don't know how many fucking times. That was such a fun experience. I don't know why my mom never like bought it for me after that point, because of how many times I asked to rent it. And I had a Game Boy. It was my own fucking Game Boy. She never got it for me.
That's
I don't know. I eventually did buy them or got them as gifts. I don't remember. But yeah, the first one that I actively remember buying myself was Ruby.
I, like, to this day, own, I want to say, probably a game from every generation except Gen 1. I don't own any physical. I don't remember if I bought them. I definitely did not buy the first 1 or 2 myself. There's no way, because when I played Crystal, I was very young. Like, I did not know how to play Pokemon. Crystal was, I think, just gotten for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that ever played it. Because my brother was into Pokemon for a little bit, but then I kept being into Pokemon. He was into, like, he played Pokemon Stadium on the Nintendo 64 and watched the anime for, like, way before we knew what an anime was.
Boy, I love this donut.
Didn't even think about it as a kid because I was young and dumb.
Oh my god!
I'm like, oh shit, that must be a jelly donut. Why is it a triangle? I have no idea. I'm a child.
Yeah, like, looking back at some of the things they localized, it's like, why? You just call it a rice ball. It's not that hard.
In the Pokemon anime, like at the very first season, there was a rice ball, and Ash Ketchum calls it a donut because we're Americans.
I thought Brock called it a donut.
Or did Brock call it a donut?
Who? Oh, okay. Nicole
Brock.
Confirmed that it was Brock.
Okay.
Yeah.
I trust her memory the best, actually, out of the 3 of us. So.
Of all 3 of our memory, I think Nicole might have us beat here. I'm the victim.
The thing is, though, Nicole is the wisest out of all of us.
True.
She's born first out of the 3 of us.
That's true.
4 of us, if you include Pi, because Pi is younger than both us, so by default, Pi would be younger than Nicole as well. Yeah. I mean, the age difference between Nicole and I is so great. It's crazy.
It's wild.
It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
Like, a whole, 12 days, let me tell you, that's so long.
That's a lot, right there.
So long.
She's gained so much experience in that time.
She did gain so much experience. We were talking about how you're older than us by Tony, in this case, by 12 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I was completely just messing around.
No, we weren't saying anything bad.
No, I was just joking. You could tell her that I was joking that she's the wisest because she was born first out of us.
Tony was saying that you're the wisest out of all of us because you were born first. I would not say otherwise. She says she isn't, but she's just being humble.
Oh, she's just being... Yeah, she's being... I heard a little laugh. Yeah, she's being humble. We know, Nicole. So first of all, we would trust Nicole's memory, her judgment, pretty much actually, I don't think I can name something I wouldn't trust Nicole with first.
If Nicole told me to jump off of a bridge, I would.
Yeah, I'd say when, where, and how
How high?
How high do you want me to do a flip? Because I'll do a flip.
Like doing tricks?
True.
Yeah.
True. I'll do a flip.
Yeah. So
You guys remember the original Power Rangers movie where the White Ranger jumped out with with an actual snowboard? Yeah, that would be me. I'd do that.
discover that.
But without a parachute.
Yeah, it was cowabunga on the way down.
Yeah, exactly.
Cowabunga is a
Heck
word
yeah.
that hasn't been said since the early 2000s.
Well, did they remake the Ninja Turtles movie? And they when was that? It was like the hyper realistic
Megan
one.
Fox was in that. That's
Oh,
when
good
Megan
lord.
Fox was a person.
Wait, she still exists?
I think she dates like Machine Gun Kelly or something.
Oh my god, you're right. I forgot all about that. Or they were. I don't know. I don't pay attention. To
Hey,
that
Pa,
shit.
No,
you
they are.
might. Okay, I was
Okay.
gonna say,
So-
Pa, I think you would know better than us.
Yeah, so they're engaged. He got her an engagement ring that has prongs on it, so if she tries to take the engagement ring off, it will cause her pain.
Fucking what?
And they drink each other's blood.
I do not have enough alcohol for this right now.
Same.
Fucking rich people, man.
I know.
Where did they come up with this shit?
The engagement ring is gorgeous, but I'm like, if a guy was like, here, if you take this ring off, it's gonna hurt you, I'd be like, I'm not putting it on then. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, guy. Like,
No.
who are you?
No.
All right, I'm back. Did someone say something?
I mean, we're. Yeah.
When you said that, I legitimately committed to the bit. I got up, hit the be right back stream on my
I
stream.
saw it come up.
Yeah.
Stepped away. Okay.
No, I got up and it was like, I have to commit to this. I'm walking away. I never took my headset off, but it's for the bit. And I ruined the bit immediately by explaining that it was a bit. But
Right.
you
Damn it, Tony. What are you doing? Come on.
know, not a whole lot of good, let me tell you.
Oh man, Tony. Can't be doing that.
It's a mass amount of horrible events happening all at the same time.
Oh no. I can think of a couple things that are going on that might be part of that. No world events or anything like that.
No.
No.
Nope. Not me.
Not
Not
you?
this guy.
Nah.
Not this dude.
Look at this dude.
Hey, look at. I'm tired.
My mouth is on fire.
Your mouth
Some good Chinese
is
food,
on
then.
fire.
Yeah, it's spicy.
Do you
When
remember that
you get the
Alicia
General
Keys
Tso's
song?
chicken and you accidentally bite down on the chili pepper when you weren't expecting it?
Oh.
There's a Alicia Keys song called "This Girl Is on Fire," so I like to place the word "girl" with
Tony,
different things.
Tony, you
In
gotta
this
stop setting
case,
people on fire. Like, what are you doing, man?
This time I said her mouth is on fire
Mm-hmm.
because
I'm calling the police.
they're also on fire.
Honestly, I'm a bit more impressed now.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you call if all the firehouses are on fire?
I don't know where they are. Do you remember? I don't remember what movie we watched in high school, but there was like this one movie that depicted firefighters fighting over each other, and this actually happened when firefighting houses were actually privatized. They would fight over who could take over the house, and then they would bribe the individual's property, or like the people who own the property, that if they didn't pay them a certain amount of money, they just let it burn. And then when they would go in
Whoa.
there and go take care of it, they would go steal all the shit.
What the fuck?
That
For
actually
some
happened.
reason, this is
What the
I
fuck?
must have blacked this out of my memory.
There was a movie depicting it. I don't remember what exactly movie, but in real life, there was when firehouses were
Shrek 2.
privatized. Yeah, Shrek 2.
I thought that was Shrek 3.
No,
Wait, was it
Shrek
Shrek
3.
Forever After?
Shrek
Oh,
3 was
fuck.
the one with the babbies, right?
Maybe.
Roar. Yeah.
I'll do the roar. Yes.
My dad says that exactly like the fucking kid in the movie.
That's really good.
So good.
I fucking love the little kid from The Incredibles. Well, what are you waiting for? I don't know, something interesting.
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
I fucking love that. I feel that in real life right now. It's like I've graduated college. I graduated high school, obviously, because I graduated college. It's like, well, what do I do now? Just exist?
Yeah.
That's the fucking real question, because like all throughout school they're like, you need to go to college, you need to go to college, and then you need to get a job, and then you need to have a thing, and we're all just existing.
It's like, okay, I got the job. You remember how you said the house part? That's the part
That's
where
not happening.
I'm really
It's
struggling to get, the money for that.
I read something today that was fucking horrifying. Apparently, during the Great Depression, the cost of housing was like a certain percentage, and compared to the cost of housing today, the percentage is higher. Now,
Dude, like, so I hate to, I don't like to say this out loud, but I'm pretty sure we might already be in a recession.
Oh yeah, the rising cost of inflation. I was just told today from from Nicole's sister's boyfriend that they are predicting gas to hit $6 in our state, Tony, by the end of August. And I already pay $5 because my car takes premium. So.
Oh wait, you do premium.
Yeah,
oh.
I had to do premium. I don't
No,
have to. It
but like
take regular.
you're supposed to though.
But yeah, exactly. Like,
And you're a car person, so you do it.
I cheat every once in a while when it's like really expensive. So
like now. Yeah.
So yeah, now
It's been taken regular for weeks now.
Yeah, it doesn't like me right now.
Oh, dude, it's gonna hit $6.
I'm not traveling. I'm going to the grocery store, and that's fucking.
That's why I'm like. I'm gonna talk to my work and be like, hey, you guys are gonna pay me to go to these things, right? Like,
I need a stipend now.
yeah, because like I cannot. It's gonna get beat to the point where it's more expensive to go to work than the money I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah,
so
you're not making money at that point.
Nope,
You're
I'm
losing
no longer
it.
making money, so. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
That is quite horrifying. Well, that sounds like such... Oh, wait a second. Before we go, Pie's mic's muted. Pie, are you here?
Hi. She's probably eating right now.
Yeah. I always do that to Marlon. I'll talk to Marlon when he's like mid-bite. Then he'll be like, I'm eating. It's like, alright, yes.
How can I make this super inconvenient in the best way possible?
I think I was born to be like a waiter, because like I always come over when you're mid-bite.
I'd go to that restaurant. Just for you, though.
Thank you. Hello, I am Tony, and I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here. Can I take your order?
Yeah, can I have a menu first?
No.
No, okay. I'll just take the chicken tendies then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to ask Pie's question of the week, but I need to end the podcast to be able to render and upload before I need to head off. So,
goodness, that's gonna be a while.
The rendering and upload have gotten faster.
Oh, is your internet better now? Or did you get
like I maybe.
Oh, I'm gonna shut up then.
Why are you saying anything?
You say what? I don't
so, my dearest friendos, thank you for being on. Thank you for watching. We're going to end tonight's episode as soon as a Pickle Weasel and or Wickle Peasel appear in the chat. Come on, babies. I need some babies. Someone show me the babies.
Oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. How did that happen?
Give me the babies, 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 give me the babies.
What? My internet's being really slow.
Someone give me the babies. Pie, where are you? Need babies.
Why are you like this? So many reasons.
Let me free, let me free. Why must you trap me here? I'm like a little bird in a cage. Thank you, Ryan. Bye.